Bienvenidos a Caminos de Fe, a esta nueva videoreacción de algo sorprendente. Quizás cuando estamos en riesgo de perder la vida, en alguna circunstancia no imaginamos lo que puede pasar. Y miren lo que le sucedió a esta mujer.
And everyone started running and I was, kind of drunk, and so I didn't know what was happening, but even my boyfriend at the time started running and left me there. And when I turned around, there was an AK-47 held at my head, and I remember I was the most calm I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I feel like if I was in that situation, like, ahead of time, like I would be crying or freaking out or whatever, but I felt so calm, and I had kind of just accepted the fact that I was gonna die. And I knew that if everything my mom had said about God and everything, was true, that I was going to go to hell, not because I was a bad person, but because I was severely lost and I never got to get it right. I had just rejected God. Like, I thought maybe that our afterlives are going to be whatever we want them to be. All of a sudden, I just started saying, I plead the blood of Jesus over this room. I plead the blood of Jesus over my body. And I just kept saying that involuntarily, and I didn't know where that was coming from because I had never spoken like that before. And I had just in my head, it's like everything was happening so fast, but I had said that I would never tell my mom that this happened if I did make it out alive, because she was already so worried about me and my son because we moved out there together. And I just think about, like, if I wouldn't have been able to go home that night to my son. I just kept saying, I plead the blood of Jesus. And the man was disarmed, like, by someone it's like it all happened so fast. It was just out of nowhere. But I was just kind of like numb or whatever for that night. And then I went to work the next day, and I got a call from my mom, and she said that she was asleep, and at 2 a.m. God showed her a vision of me dead. Like, I was laying on the floor dead, and she said it was very, like, graphic, like my mouth was open and I was just dead. And she said God told her to pray. And she immediately got up and she knelt down by her bed, and she just started saying, I plead the blood of Jesus. I plead the blood of Jesus. And almost 1,000 miles away at the exact same time, we were praying the exact same prayer. And people will try to say, like, oh, that's just a coincidence. How could that be a coincidence? Like, I didn't even know if it was real myself. But I knew that shook me to my core. It was just insane to me. When she said that, I just started crying. And I told her what had happened. Ever since that day, that's what brought me to God more than anything. I was so unworthy to be saved at that time. Like, no one is beyond God's love. But I had known God, and I rejected him willingly over and over and over again. And the fact that he woke up my mom on behalf of me to be an intercessor, because he knew that I had put myself in a situation where he couldn't, come in and intervene on my behalf because I had rejected him. I said I didn't want him to intervene on anything in my life. And that's how he gives us free will. He honors what we want, even if it leads to our own destruction. But this is why it's so important that we as Christians pray for our friends and pray for our family, because when we're lost, if someone is praying for us, God honors that. And that's what he spoke to my mother. On behalf of your prayers, your daughter's life was saved. And it just completely changed my outlook on everything. And that was God. Genuinely, he gave me a chance to get it right. So that is my testimony, and I'm telling you, anyone that hears this and watched all the way through, this is me telling you that God is real and that it is time, it is past time to get right with God, because you don't even know. If you look back at your life, maybe there's been some situations where he intervened and you didn't give him the glory, and that may have been your last chance. You might be on your last chance. You never know.
cada uno de los puntos de lo que acabamos de ver sorprende más que el otro. Primero, cómo se encuentra en una situación donde su vida depende de un hilo, sencillamente de que alguien dispare esa arma. Y eso es, digamos que algo que uno jamás piensa. Ella menciona que en medio de su situación sintió paz y tranquilidad en ese momento, a pesar de que lo más probable es que pues perdiera su vida. A partir de ahí ella empezó a clamar a Dios. Y era contraste o era contradictorio porque también menciona de que en su vida constantemente había rechazado a Dios, solo que en ese instante sintió algo en su corazón, sin saber que en otro lugar, en esa misma hora, en ese mismo momento, su mamá estaba arrodillada orando por su hija, por una visión que había tenido. Yo creo que ese es el tercer hecho más sorprendente de lo que acabamos de observar, porque Dios actuó de una manera indescriptible para que su mamá fuese aquella persona que intercediera por esa oración para que pudiese ser liberada de este suceso tan terrible y tan complicado. Entonces, sencillamente por medio de Dios, su mamá salvó su vida sin la necesidad de estar ahí. Es algo inmenso que divinamente solamente puede hacer Dios, solamente puede proceder de algo divino, de algo sobrenatural que Dios hace y realiza. A partir de allí, pues viene un producto que sencillamente es lo que deberíamos todos hacer sin la necesidad de pasar por una situación difícil o sin la necesidad de estar en una situación de vida o muerte. Ella entrega su vida a Dios, ella da gloria a Dios y deja mensajes importantes como el que ustedes ven en pantalla. Podrías estar en tu última oportunidad, nunca se sabe. Además, nunca sabremos también si vamos a tener una última oportunidad. Esta mujer la tuvo, en el hecho de que mientras estaba en esta situación pudo clamar, pudo orar, pudo arrepentirse, pudo hablar con Dios, pero muchas personas fallecen instantáneamente sin la oportunidad de nada. Por eso es que en este momento, si estás escuchando, si estás viendo este video, este es el instante y este es el momento de la oportunidad para decir, bueno, ¿qué pasa en nuestra vida? ¿Qué está sucediendo? Y no permitir que o no esperar más bien a que pase algo que nos cueste mucho más de lo que podría costarnos en este momento cuando podemos hacerlo. Así que este es un video que nos deja un mensaje muy profundo desde cada uno de los aspectos que acabamos de ver, desde cada momento de este testimonio, y que agradezcamos a Dios por la familia o por los amigos o por las personas cercanas que tenemos que nos apoyan y están con cada uno de nosotros. Déjanos en los comentarios ustedes qué piensan de lo que esta mujer nos contó, nos dice en su testimonio, y qué bueno que pudimos ver el video hasta el final para quedarnos con cada pensamiento, con cada mensaje, con cada motivación. Si has pasado por una situación similar, déjanos tu testimonio también allí en los comentarios o graba un video y puedes enviárnoslo también y dejarnos allí para poderlo descargar y poder reaccionar a él. Qué bueno que Dios nos permite hacer este tipo de reacciones. Esperamos leerles en los comentarios. Compartan este video, denle like para que podamos seguir creciendo y poder seguir compartiendo con ustedes mensajes y video reacciones de este tamaño y de esta historia tan impresionante. Gracias. Recuerden que este canal se llama Caminos de Fe y está dedicado para ustedes. Dios les guarde y Dios les bendiga.